So today's session is about mindfulness of emotions. Um, so I'm going to go gently and then we're going to move to practice. So again, if I can invite you to sit fairly comfortably, you can keep your eyes shut or open, whichever feels comfortable. All right. So, mindfulness of emotions, week 4. The human body, a highly complex mechanism that maintains our existence, also serves a storage space for our emotions. Emotions are stored in the body as energy, known in holistic terms as universal energy or life force or chi energy or prana. When this energy is not properly processed, it becomes stuck in the body. If you suppress negative emotions, thinking that time will heal them, you are probably mistaken. Unexpressed feelings get frozen in the structure of the body. When we repress emotions, we only make things worse. We fill up our emotional container, which will eventually overflow. Everyone's emotional container has a different capacity and capability uh, depending on their life experience. Some people can live in fear and somehow contain it through the entire life, while others might become physically or mentally ill because of it. Energy healing, like Reiki being one of the modalities I use in my practice, or sound healing, can help to move stagnated energy and stimulate meridians responsible for the proper function of the nervous system. The life force works through the complex system of meridians as well as chakra centers. Each organ serves as an emotional storage and represents different energy frequencies. That's right. Even organs resonates in its own energy frequency. Energy healing brings your yin and yang energies into balance. As you might have noticed, chakras are represented by different colors, which corresponding to a specific energy frequency. So the heart chakra is represented by light green, a yin energy with a healing frequency of 639 Hertz. It is considered the center of emotions, love, and grief. The heart is the most powerful source of electromagnetic energy in the human body, producing the largest rhythmic electromagnetic field of any of the body's organs. The heart electric field is about 60 times greater in amplitude than the electric activity generated by the brain. Just mind-blowing. This means you can heal yourself and others by sending heart-level vibrations. You also attract those living creatures who emanate the energy with a similar frequency. So your intuition is your inner tuition. So you listen to your heart. Discovering your inner self is like a journey into space. But the space you're traveling to is your body. When you begin to turn inward, you might start to see all your emotions in the shape of planets. They all have a different colors, sizes, and vibrations. They float on different levels, following their own orbits and frequencies. Yet they are interconnected. They feed off the energy of they produce, they codepending on their life force they share. You see anger and fear and grief vibrating at low frequencies or lower levels. Above them, you see joy, trust, love, and kindness. These emotions exchange energy and influence each other constantly, striving to maintain a balance between light and darkness. The purpose of life, your sacred contract, and your inner journey is to discover which emotion is out of tune, which creates imbalance, and which needs attention, exploration, and healing. So to treat the planet fear, you need to investigate its components. Why is it out of tune? What beliefs make this planet most influential? Is it made of rejection and insecurity? If the planet grief is most active, what is it made of? Is it composed of lost hopes and unmet needs? Or perhaps past memories that have never been reflected upon? This inward journey with visualization is a gentle practice of inner child work. You do not delve deeply into the emotion. Instead, you investigate from a distance with curious and brave childlike eyes. Purest source of information. You're looking for answers, and if you are soft and gentle with yourself, you will find them. This compassionate approach is ideal for sensitive souls, soothing emotion imbalance, and creates a safe space for further healing. As my mentor Jack Confield teaches, the foundation of working with emotions begins with awareness, becoming aware of what is present. This is a pleasant feeling, this is an unpleasant feeling, this is a neutral feeling. To really sense the deeply inwardly and outwardly without immediately reacting to them. Because our usual habit is reactivity. Pleasant, we want more. Unpleasant, we resist. Fear turns away. Neutral, we disconnect or distract ourselves. When feelings are not acknowledged, they do not disappear. There is a river of feelings moving through us all the time, just as there is a river of physical sensations and a river of thoughts. And most of the time, we are not aware of it. I want to share a story. Tessa, my client, had been practicing meditation for several years. Had been on silent retreats, down talk, therapy, and wanted to explore her relationship with her father. She was, we will call, a good girl, a good to go person when you have a problem, someone who hardly ever refused to say no, very bright, running her successful business with her husband. Her intention was to improve her relationship with her elderly 92-year-old father. She said she found herself being snappy at him and she didn't like that behavior. But at the same time, she was feeling hurt with the way he was talking to her and to her daughter. So we concentrated on the feeling in the body while she was describing a current experience. When I directed her to focus her attention carefully on her body, she was somebody who lived in her mind a lot. So we want to slow down, slow through what was happening in her body, her feet, her arms, her chest, her stomach. And then she began to notice how anxious she felt. There was a heaviness in her shoulders, this twisting and turning in her stomach, and that numbness in her legs. Then she just remembered how her dad shouted at her in the car when she was 7. They were driving to the seaside for holidays. It was a long journey and she was bored and tired. Then she noticed her heart racing in the present moment, her shallow breath, and her entire body collapsing. She remembered the fear. The body brought the feeling of fear, sadness, and hopelessness. So I suggested that she go back and write a journal to herself, try to articulate whether she sensed it was hidden from her ordinary awareness, whatever was hidden from her ordinary awareness. And do it after meditation. And after a number of days, she continued writing these pages every day. And this is how we gently start exploring the childhood emotions that had been surfacing for her while she was trying to take care of her elderly father, but also keep herself and her daughter safe. She began to recognize the same insecurity from her childhood, the fear, the shouting, and that drive ending badly. And as we explored these feelings, emotions, and sensations together, she began to feel her inner experience with greater honesty and clarity because she took the time to pay attention and listen and name it. She was beginning to trust that awareness could tune into her feelings. But as she opened, her sense of suffering also increased. Her that health difficulties, that's the sufferings of other people around her, and the struggles and insecurity in the world became more visible to her as well. And then she began to experience a welling up, not just fear, but of compassion as well. And a kind of relief broke through her with that compassion. She could picture her dad differently, and a greater sense of care and trust grew in her, and a more gracious heart. She had become a more loving person because she knew what she was feeling. She was more direct with her father. She was less afraid. She realized that she could begin to tolerate the experiences that were there within her. So, as Pema Hundren says, the emotions we have, both negative and positive, are exactly what we need to be fully human, fully awake, and fully alive. We also pick up feelings from other people. The nervous system of our bodies is tuned to another. We resonate with each other like instruments. So the good thing is that mindfulness of loving awareness can hold it all. And mindfulness also includes clear comprehension and appropriate response. And as Mary Oliver says, all right, meditation is old and honorable, but the light as well as havoc is only a beginning. You must act, be ignited, or gone. So this work is not just about sitting and observing. It is about feeling inwardly and outwardly and allowing that to inform how you live and respond. So there is a simple, not easy, a simple way to support this process known as RAIN, like a rain. So the RAIN is acronym where R stands for recognizing. You recognize what is going on by consciously acknowledging the thoughts, feelings, and sensations that are present. Then A stands for allow. the experience to be there just as it is without trying to fix or avoid. Then I stands for investigate with interest and care, but bringing attention into the body and sensing what is truly there beneath the surface. And N stands for nurture with self compassion by offering yourself what is needed, whether that is reassurance, softness, or simply presence. So, this inward journey is a gentle practice to reconnecting with yourself. You do not need to force anything. If you are soft and gentle with yourself, you will find your answers. This compassionate approach creates a safe space for healing. So, while you travel inward, you discover what your self love is made of. You might practice forgiveness, practice letting go, but keep listening to your heart. So, stay tuned to your heart. Okay, so now I'll invite you to readjust your posture. Maybe drink a glass of water or whatever is needed for you before we move into practice. And we're going to practice rain. So recognize what is happening, what is arising for you. It's the body, sensations, thoughts. Allow for the experience to be there. Investigate gently what your body is sensing, what is surfacing for you, and then nurturing part with self-compassion by offering yourself what is needed. You can, at that time when you move to nurturing, you can put your hands on your heart, but I will guide you to it. That's all right. Just make yourself comfortably. Close your eyes if you like, or lower your gaze. Make sure you sit comfortably, but don't collapse on your chair. Make sure your head is straight up, reaching towards the ceiling. And just come into stillness. And take a nice deep inhale into your belly and slow out breath. And again, nice, long, deep in breath and slow out breath. Feeling your belly, your lungs. And one more in breath and out breath like that. And then allow your breath to resume in its natural rhythm. And as you're breathing, bring a situation or experience in your life when you turn on yourself in some way. It could be situation at home with your partner, your parents, in your friend circle, at work or in community. It could be a situation where you are in conflict with another person and you blame or judge yourself for something you said or they did. Or maybe it's the way you react or behave towards your children or your parents that makes you feel like this. Just notice when you get into that trance, the trance of unworthiness, when the story takes over control. And when you're in that story, that trance, can you recognize the belief about yourself? What are you believing about yourself in that story? The judgmental voice that is telling you you should be this way. There is that sense I'm not lovable, not good enough, not needed. Or perhaps it's the voice that says there's something wrong with you, you don't deserve to be loved, appreciated. With a gentle awareness, can you recognize the thoughts, the feelings, the emotions while you're in this trance? Can you softly, gently make a space for all that is arising in you to just be? Allow for anything that would like to express itself through your sensations in your body, your emotion, Allow for whatever arises within you to come to the surface. Everything is welcome. Sensations, emotions, notice your body responding. Maybe there is a tingling in your toes, your fingers. Maybe your body wants to move. Maybe there is discomfort in your chest. Everything is welcome. Maybe there is a thoughts racing. Just notice. And this too is welcome. And so we begin to investigate with curiosity and gentleness. What is the belief that has got the loudest voice? Is it I should be different? No one could love me. I always fail. I'm too much. How this belief feels in your body. Is it in your throat? Or is it your heart area? Or your upper belly? Maybe your whole lower belly? How does that feel like in your body? Is there any emotions connected to the sensations in your body? These emotions could speak, what would it say? Sense the most vulnerable part of you when you feel tension in your body with compassion and kindness. And gently ask that part what it needs. What do you need now? Does it need to be loved in a specific way? Appreciated, seeing. What does that part need the most? Perhaps it's the words you can offer. It's okay, darling. I'm here with you. I care about you. I see you. I see you suffering and I love you. Visualize and sense the possibility of receiving that love. It could be your pet, divine energy, nature, whatever that can nourish you with self compassion. You might imagine a light warmth pouring into your body. And sense that warmth and compassion pouring into your body, into your heart. And who am I if I'm any longer believing anything's wrong? I am perfect the way I am. And I belong. out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing. There is a field. I'll meet you there. Out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing. There is a field. I'll meet you there. And gently start bringing attention back to space around you. And feel your toes, your hands. Maybe take another deep breath in before you open your eyes. Maybe put a hand on your heart and just inwardly say thank you for this practice, the space, for the opportunity. For whatever was there for you today. You may gently open your eyes and end up your practice.